So, this is another dramatic game against St. Rose, and kind of seems to just happen now when you guys and them get together. What was the difference between, this game and some of the previous games that you guys, were able to play as far as grit and determination? You knew they were going to come out and, give it their all, and you guys were able to prevail.
Has a lot to do with last year because there's all those negative and positive feelings, but we kind of wanted to back up our win last year to prove that, even though we're missing, or still, Marina's gone and Courtney's gone and some big deficits, but our heart really showed it tonight. And it says more about other games, not really right now, but using this game to get more wins is something we should definitely do.
What kind of confidence does this give you guys going into the, the SCT? And a lot of people thought, okay, maybe this was a different Squan team this year, especially at home. And, St. Rose was just going to come in here and, give you guys their best game, and they've been playing better lately, but you guys said, that's not going to happen, and you got the victory. So.
Yeah, it's more confidence for us and more of a threat, towards other teams, because there's a lot of doubting for our team this year because of the people that we lost, but I think tonight really proved a point. But
what is your, what do you think about that? Obviously, you guys, knew what kind of implications this game was going to have on seeding and everything, and knowing, what kind of confidence does it give you, knowing that, you guys got this win, and maybe you won't see a team like, St. John Vianney again until the finals now, if you guys are able to make it there.
That's a really good point, but
obviously one game at a time, but
exactly. That's what I was just going to say, one game at a time, and our halftime talk really kind of pepped us, this is a big game, and we were down by 11 in the second quarter, I guess, and our coach always gives us confidence, and we're always feeding things to each other, so that's really what brought us up there tonight.
Last year you guys had the TOC final game against them, and it seemed like this game was very similar, and it helped you, yourself and the rest of your teammates to play in that game, and to know that, hey, we faced these guys before, and what kind of sets they were going to run, and knowing how, you guys were going to have to, play them, especially late in the game there.
That was a lot Coach told us, and their coach probably told them the same thing. We know a lot about each other from how many times we saw each other. So what it really came down to was who was going to play with more heart and put the ball in the basket and play together as a team.
Does it help you now that, this has been, last year and pretty much an annual thing now, and it looks like you guys are going to continue to keep going at it? So.
It's always fun because they're a great team. The atmosphere is great, especially here.
Sort of like you guys playing A Central, and you get to see Lumsden and SJV twice, and then you get St. Rose coming in here this time, just Monday night too. I mean, I know it's a little irrelevant to the game, but how did it feel for you to play such a big game? And usually this game is like a weekend game. That you had to come right from school.
We're on February break, so we don't have school all this week. So this morning we were together, eating bagels together, shooting around, just getting prepped up. So other teams too, playing against them, it's always fun because you see each other all the time, and what it's always going to come down to neck and neck, who plays harder and who puts the ball in the basket. But everyone showed great heart tonight, and the fans and just the atmosphere was great.
How do you think you guys were able to take advantage of the turnover differential towards the end of the game? And it seemed like you guys really limited. I mean, Jen Lauro in the beginning, her and Ellen Stoll, they were popping threes, and then you guys were just like, all right, well, we're going to really step up now and take advantage of the turnover differential. And they're a team you need to do that too. You got to get in their face, pressure the ball, and you guys were able to do it.
Yeah, they're a great team, and they were definitely putting the ball in the basket. So that was something that we needed to stop. And our coach always tells us that we're such a good defensive team, but what we need to do is capitalize our turnovers, and that's really what we did. We executed. Bye.
And lastly, we talk about this all the time, but how big was Faith again tonight? She had 23 points for you guys.
I know her.
Oh my gosh. She's great. I love flying down the court, and they were collapsing on me, so I was able to feed her so many times.
You have a lot of confidence that, under the basket, she's just going to be able to always convert. One thing about girls basketball you always hear is finishing. And that's one of the things that happen, a lot of girls especially, they fly down the court and they get in trouble and they just throw it up there and all of a sudden. But, Faith, it seems like, she finishes as well as anybody. It's just great to have a player like that, right?
Her finishing like that is just when you're flying down the court, there's everybody running, but she's always in the correct spot, and she can either put it up there and finish it, or she's going to throw it back to you, and you're going to put the ball in the basket.
Their ability for those mid-range jumpers are just great too, because it keeps the defense honest all the time. So, and awesome. Just lastly, do you have any overall comments on this game that can drive you guys, or I think it's a great at a division. I think you guys felt more comfortable and really at ease playing this game.
Yeah, the game overall is great because we lost a couple of past games that we could have won, and like the win on Saturday gave us confidence for this, and now this is just a confidence going into the rest of the season because they're a great team, and we really just proved our point, and we should just keep doing that. Not worry about anything else.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good one.
My hand's all wet. I would shake your hand, but...